I'm sitting here with Juan Garavaglia of Bitprim, who's building a second layer protocol on top of Bitcoin Cash. And we're here at the Bitcoin Cash first anniversary event in Hong Kong. And one thing I've noticed, many of the speakers were talking about second layers, smart contracts, tokenization, everything on top of Bitcoin Cash. And I think lots of people weren't expecting that from outside the community.
Well, really, it surprised me also because it's like the hot topic right now. Second layer solutions to create a smart layer for tokens, smart contracts, and other uses on top of Bitcoin Cash. So it's clearly there's a very tough race in order to become the leaders in that area. So I expect to see a lot of development in that area that will probably impact in the usability of the Bitcoin Cash blockchain dramatically in the next months. So I'm impressed also, and the competition will be very hard.
Do you think the focus is shifting away from Bitcoin Cash as, the daily spending money version of Bitcoin and onto these second layers now?
Well, it's a controversy because many developers, people I respect a lot, think the money as use case is enough big mission in order to get distraction with other use cases. So because cash itself is a mission that we are in the process, really in the early stages, and there are many things we need to improve in order to achieve that, and in order to become a real alternative decentralized monetary system. And I agree with that. But on the other hand, I saw different competitors to the main cryptocurrencies that are offering more flexibility and more smart-oriented solutions, and they're getting traction, and the market cap of those solutions are increasing. So obviously some of them will not survive, and probably many will never release a viable product. But I think in order to remain competitive, Bitcoin Cash should show to the market that has also capabilities to provide a smart layer on top of it. What is, it's a delicate balance between showing the capacity to do more complex tasks, but not because focusing on that, losing focus on the main mission that is creating this decentralized monetary system.
Right, yeah, because that takes Bitcoin Cash and puts it in competition with things like Ethereum, maybe Lisk, or any of those platforms.
Yeah, the competitors are everywhere. So what is good, because it forces every team and every community to improve every day.
Right.
So, but yes, I think there are many competitors from the currencies like Dash, Decred, Litecoin, whatever, to the more smart-oriented ones like Ethereum, EOS, Tron, even Cardano. So
yeah,
the competition is hard, and I think just money is not totally attractive to the market right now. So I'm convinced it's worth to spend some resources, some focus, trying to show all the potential.
Right, yeah. It's certainly harder to sell when it's just a one-trick pony the whole time, right?
Yes, but creating cash itself is a big mission. That we have been talking about that for years. So it's a way to show all the potential of the protocol, and also to get also more traction in the market.
I see, you're right, yeah. And it's got that name too, Bitcoin Cash.
Yes.
It's not Bitcoin contracts or anything like that, Bitcoin tokens.
Yes, sir, I agree.
So going back then, speaking of that, you were probably one of the first people in the ecosystem to show faith in Bitcoin Cash, to show faith in that forked coin, that the original blockchain could still be something useful and valuable.
Well, at some point, uh, the I don't know, I don't remember when, but probably 2 or 3 years ago, I realized even if core developers honor the Hong Kong agreement and raise the block even to 2 megabytes, and after that what was called the New York agreement, 2 megabytes plus SegWit, even if they honor that 2 3 years after, uh, was an error, because after that will be almost impossible to write from those 2 megabytes. SegWit will be activated, so it's a dead road. So I was totally convinced we need to switch to 32 megabytes, and I don't see any other solution than a divorce, because there are two different groups with two different ideas, missions, vision, political visions. So it's totally different. So wasn't possible to live in the same home much longer. So even if it has a big cost, because a fork has a cost, and like in a divorce, the guy that leaves the house lose a lot of in the process. Worse to do it in the long term. I wasn't sure how to do it, because I had the idea and was totally sure, but when Bitcoin ABC, Maurice Sechet appears with his determination and with a lot of talent, he managed to put all the pieces together, and the right timing and everything flows naturally. But yes, I was since day -1.
Right. And I mean, some people are surprised that Bitcoin Cash has lasted a year, and is
Yeah.
and is still as prominent as it is. Are you at all?
Well, no. I was totally convinced we are in the right path. I remember Wan Chung from Disco Fish here in Hong Kong almost a year ago, saying this will not last 3 months, but finally he was wrong, and most of the people were wrong, and we proved there's a there's an opportunity to get on track with the original vision, but there is a lot of work we have to do, and we have to do it much faster than we did during this year. Anyway, we did advances. I'm happy. We need to do much more advances and faster in order to improve the user experience of cryptocurrencies in general, but particularly in Bitcoin Cash.
Do you think the support of companies like Bitmain and the Chinese mining community have been instrumental to Bitcoin Cash's survival?
Well, without miners, the Bitcoin model is all about miners. Just read the white paper, and that is not very long. Basically, miners decide which chain is the valid chain, and on top of which blocks they build the next one. So without miners support, it's not possible to do Bitcoin Cash. Was necessary, is necessary, and is necessary also in Bitcoin. So the model works in that way. There's an incentive to the miners to remain honest and to invest in equipment to secure the network, and also a reward. So all the model works in that way. Trying to think like miners are not included in the original model or whatever is trying to force the reality to fit their political vision. And miners are the active nodes of the network. Any other node you can remove it from the network except of miners.
Right. It's all right.
Yeah.
So do you think we're going to be back here in another year for the second birthday?
Yes, and we will have much more people.
Cool. Well, there's already a lot of people here today.
Yeah, there's a lot, but I'm sure we are going to. As soon as the latest developments start hitting the market, and users, companies, whatever, will start taking advantage of those improvements, the adoption will even become faster.
Great. All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Juan. Thanks
Thanks
for
a lot.
joining us today.
Hi.